Excellent. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, friends, thank you for joining us. I am Luke Beard, the president of this beautiful Rotary Club. We are so happy that you joined. We see a great number of guests here, some familiar faces as well. I'm so glad that you're here tonight because October is a very big month for us. And we're starting to get our feet under us with our service calendars organized. We're starting to have our dates down where we know we're getting together. So this is all very exciting. We got great energy. So to start the meeting, I'd ask Shangala if he could read us with the mission statement, please. You there, Shangala, my friend?
I was muted. I was reading this mission statement, but I was muted. So let me try that again. You can hear me, Luke?
I can hear you now. Perfect on my end.
Okay. We use our professional diversity and international perspective to serve our community, both local and global, in concrete ways through hard work, innovation, and creativity. The synergy of the club lets us have a higher impact on the world than possible as an individual, while enriching us through fellowship.
Excellent. Thank you so much. In that same spirit of fellowship, I get to share with you guys something wonderful that happened earlier in the week. I received a virtual toast in the mail. I'm going to try and share my screen as soon as I find it so you all to see. Here it is. This is a toast to the Rotary Club of Dupont Circle, Washington. Attention, President Luke. Dear President Luke, I hope that you and your members are keeping well and safe. As part of our international service at each of our club meetings, we make a toast to the friendship of a Rotary Club in another country. This helps us to remember that we are all part of a large international organization with members who share our ideals. At our meeting on Tuesday, the 28th of September, our members will raise a toast to the President and members of the Rotary Club of Dupont Circle. We know that on this day in 1787, the US Constitution was adopted by Congress. So good British spry humor there. On behalf of our President, Charles Harmer, and all the members of our club, I send you and your members our very best wishes and greetings. I hope that you will pass these wishes on to your club members at your next meeting. Yours and Rotary President Roger Miller, International Correspondent, and they are over in Bromley, England. And I thought this was so classy. I hope that whether you have a drink in your hand or not, you'll join me in toasting the President and his members of the Rotary Club of Bromley in that same fellowship and friendship of Rotary. Cheers.
Cheers.
So that's awesome. Please, anyone that's a co-host, if you could just admit anyone coming through, that'd be great. And just one last thing there. Past that, I'm going to now flip over to our guest intros. Who do we have on the line here? Let's take a look around and I'll stop sharing my screen. There we are. Sorry, now I see everyone's face. Thank you very much. I guess there's no other guests besides our Howard Rotarian colleagues, are there? Maybe we can just introduce them as we introduce the club. I'm not seeing anyone else that's just popped up to visit the club today. So why don't we then just go directly to announcements? Jessica?
You're going as a guest. She's not a Rotaract, a hate you Rotaractor anymore. She graduated.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well then, please feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Ugona. I'm a current member of the Rotaract Club of Washington, D.C. but I used to be a member of the Rotaract Club of Howard University. I actually chartered the club. I was the charter president. So I was there for like a year plus. And then I graduated in 2019. So yeah, I'm just here to see what's happening and support. Monique invited me. So yeah. Hi, everyone.
Thank you so much. I apologize.
That's okay.
I just came into the club in 2019. So this is marvelous. Well, thank you so much. It's great to have you here, especially as a charter member. That's just excellent. Awesome. Is there any other guests that I'm not identifying correctly? Okay. Thank you. April, is it possible you can start us off with some notices and some of future news announcements?
Well, sure. I can start off by.
Did I say April? I meant Jessica. I'm so sorry.
I was like, I can try my best.
Pardon me.
Okay,
Please,
Jessica,
April.
let her rip,
Please,
baby.
April, plug the chili cook-off, and then I'll launch into my little bit.
Okay. All right. So on October 16th, we're having a chili cook-off at Secretary Kristen's house. I just put the Evite. It's an open invitation. So please RSVP if you can come. We're having a chili cook-off and cornbread cook-off, and our Rotaract members are also invited. We'd love to have you there if you can come. And we can also arrange rides if you need a ride getting to Arlington to Kristen's house. So bring your dollars and your chili or your cornbread, and it's a fundraiser, and you can vote for the winner with your dollars, and the chili and the cornbread that wins the most dollars is the winner, and you get bragging rights for an entire year. So who could pass that up? And we're also having Homes Not Borders. We've invited volunteers that have been working with Homes Not Borders, particularly in the last few months, to help house Afghanis here in the DMV area. We just want to share our gratitude for all of their hard work, and also just be in fellowship with them and understand what they're doing and how we can support them as a club. And Gaston, one of our newest members, will be performing. He actually wrote a song about being a member of Rotary International that he's going to perform. So it will be debuted at this fun event. Hopefully it'll be beautiful weather. It's rain or shine. It's family friendly. And we would just love to have you there. So please RSVP, bring a guest. If you know of anybody that you think may be interested in fellowship and learning more about Rotary, please bring them along as well. Okay, Jessica, you're up.
Thanks, April. You know, I think that's how Elvis Presley got his start. He was jamming out at a Rotary Club event. Okay, maybe not. Next week, it's a big one. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Don't miss it. Dr. Geeta Jairam, I hope I'm saying that right. I better get it right before next week. The District 7620 governor will join us. We really want to show our love and support of her and display all of the vibrancy of the Dupont Rotary Club. So do join us next week. And also next Tuesday, which is the day after Monday, which is the day that you will RSVP for the chili cook-off. Yes. We're going to have a board meeting. Do join us for that. Our board meetings are completely open, completely transparent. Maybe even we can get some of the Howard Rotaractors to join us for a board meeting. We'd love to have some more involvement there. In addition, on October the 23rd, we have World Polio Day. I think Luke may say a word or two about that. But there will be a virtual lunch from 12 to 1. The RSVP.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry.
That's okay. Everyone's welcome.
Yeah.
You want to introduce yourself?
I understand that you've joined us from connecting on Instagram, I believe, with our colleague Austin.
Wow.
I don't know. I think
I believe that's
it's
Mohammed.
accident. I'm sorry.
Oh, 2 people popped up. Okay, wonderful.
I love it.
Sorry,
We're just
I'm
making the announcements, and then we'll properly identify you fellas and maybe say hello.
So back to World Polio Day, October 23rd from 12 to 1. It's the goal to get everyone to contribute $45 to World Polio Day. think about that. Also in October, we have Joint Service Week that starts on October the 10th, which is Sunday. There's a charge from our General Secretary of Rotary International in the newsletter that will go out tonight. But President Luke has also given us the charge to donate blood at some point during the month of October. I provided you a couple of links for blood donation sites in the DMV area, or you can find one in your local community. Also this month, we have a couple of Rotary Foundation education series with Rich Glover. Those dates and times are in your newsletter. Rotary Leadership Institute is coming up. The Cross Egypt Challenge is happening. And Mandy's got some t-shirts. So if you don't have a Rotary Club of Dupont Circle t-shirt, connect with her via the newsletter. And last but not least, this is certainly the most important news. We have 3 fabulous members in attendance tonight who have birthdays this month. On October the 9th, Monique. On October the 11th, April. And on October 17th, Austin. So I think we should all, join in a round of happy birthday. Can we do that? Or should we just?
I think I'll save that because we're already running behind, but I love the energy and happy birthday to all of them. Those are wonderful characters. Just to touch back on a couple of points that you made, District Governor Gita is going to come. She's going to talk a lot about what the district's doing, but also we're excited to report what we're doing. Specifically, I'm thankful that Jessica's been leading the foundation work this year, and I know she's been working close by. Please,
I got an update.
Thank you.
Just real quick. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have, as a club, raised $1,335 for the annual fund. We have 8 every Rotarian every year contributing members. We need all 24. That means to give $25. Our annual fund per capita is at $56, which is slightly ahead of the district, which is at $42. And I got to give mad props to Gabby, who will be joining us as a Paul Harris Fellow, because she's made the choice, the wise choice, to give a little bit over time. And we will then have 10 of 12 required Paul Harris Fellows this year to get a district grant. Would you be one of the other 2? Won't you be my neighbor? Over to you, Luke.
Thank you. And I mean, I can say that I signed up for every Rotarian every year last week with Jessica's help. And I was just glad that I could direct that money at polio specifically. And I'm glad that that's come up. We're still planning on who our speaker will be come the meeting of the 19th. It's important for us to keep that theme of polio, but at the same time, we want to make sure we have a speaker that's going to speak specifically about polio and it not become a larger conversation. I connected the challenge of donating blood, if possible, and if you consider that, because I thought of it as connecting us to wider humanity, and the idea of giving an anonymous gift that might save a life. I thought that was pretty special, and I can just say from my past history, I started donating blood when I was in high school, just because it was a way to get out of 4th period. But then I became I became a blood donor thereafter, all through my 20s. After coming back from Afghanistan, I spent some time in DC metro area, obviously, and I started donating blood downtown there at the wonderful Red Cross facility right off the White House. So I just say that we were talking all the DC Rotary Club presidents on Friday, which was a group call that Mandy put together. And I know that they were similarly having a challenge with finding service events that their colleagues and Rotarians could participate in that they felt comfortable with. And as part of the district challenge to do a service event every month and our commitment to have like a service week, I thought this might be an easy avenue for some of us to get into an activity that we maybe previously did. And all that infrastructure is already there. We don't have to organize ourselves into some activity. So yeah, follow the social media page because I'm setting up my appointment. We'll be talking about that a little bit. And if you do donate blood or have in the past or have some interest in it, maybe we just all look at educating ourselves a little bit more about the whole effort. And I appreciate that there are challenges to donating if you've been traveling or otherwise. So thank you for that. Past that, was there any other topics of discussion, any news that someone would like to bring up? No? Thank you. Well, then maybe I guess we could ask our guests that are just dropping by. I understand some fellows have met us online virtually through our Instagram page. So please just maybe introduce yourself and where you're calling from tonight.
Hello, my name is Mohammed. I live in Lorton area. We moved here about 6-7 months ago. I run an online business. We have a t-shirts and embroidery business. We basically embroider on hats, t-shirts, polo shirts. We do all kinds of printing related stuff. I'm from Turkey originally. I went to University of Central Florida. I graduated as a civil engineer, but I never had the opportunity to actually do my job because I started this company when I was in college. So yeah, I'm 27 years old, by the way. That's pretty much it.
Thank you
I
for
would
joining
like to get involved in Rotary and help our community get better, obviously.
Glad
So,
you
yeah,
were able to
I
join
was
us
one of-
tonight, Mohammed.
yeah. What?
I'm glad you were able to join us tonight.
Yeah, I'm happy to. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Awesome. Well, great. If there's no further conversation at this point, maybe I'll ask. I saw there was a Mustafa earlier, I thought. Perhaps he's dropped off now.
And break, there's a Catherine Doyle.
Okay, Catherine Doyle, yes. Hi, Catherine, are you there? Oh, now you've moved over there.
I am, sorry about that. Just kind of here and listening. This is my first meeting, as Kristen very nicely pointed out. I'm interested in learning more about Rotary. I've been involved in international development for several years now, currently with U.S. Agency for International Development. And yeah, looking forward to just get this introduction by kind of sitting quietly in the background and listening to all of you in this agenda. So thank you for having me and having this be open.
Welcome.
Hey,
Thank you.
Catherine and Mohammed, we'd love to have your email to connect with you. I'm Monique, the membership chair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, yeah. And Monique will answer any questions you have. She knows it all related to getting involved and how to hit the ground running. Catherine, welcome. I was just updating a couple of our colleagues. My wife's just been hired at USAID as a foreign service officer. So I've started to do some of the family training, learning important things like, that no one can leave the party until the ambassador leaves the party. So I feel like I might never be guilty of that. But I'm going to represent the American government as best I can. So thanks a lot, friends. At this point, then I'm going to ask Mandy O, can you please introduce our colleagues today from the Rotaract Club of Howard University?
Good afternoon. No, I can't because it's not afternoon, it's evening. So good evening, everyone. I'm glad to see so many familiar faces. Actually glad to be in this place myself. I've been away for a while doing some other things. But I want to take this time out to introduce my proud club. Yes, I'm so excited. I've had the opportunity to work alongside some of our Howard University Rotaracts for now over a year. I first was introduced to them, I want to say in 21, but it could very well be 20. Who knows, time is flying. And at the time that I met them, I just thought that they were such stellar students doing a lot of great things at their campuses and across their neighboring communities, as well as within the HU Rotaract. I was so impressed with their majors that I called them hidden figures because so many of them have this scientific background, and I'm like, wow, way to go out there and change the world. So I worked alongside Monique. She was the then advisor and learned a lot from her. And this year I'm serving as the youth service chairman. So I am now the advisor to the Howard University Rotaract Club, and I proudly present them to you tonight. I'm just excited for them to share with you guys what they anticipate for the year. And I will now turn it over to our president and vice president, Rainey and Jerius.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay, so we have a PowerPoint with an introduction of all of our e-board members, and we're just going to discuss some of the plans that we have for this semester and ways that you guys can help us. So my name is Rainey Wilson. I'm a senior strategic and legal comm major from Chicago, Illinois. I would say that my top 3 goals this semester or this school year for HU Rotaract would be to work to create a family-like environment for all members while maintaining a professional image of the organization by working with the membership chair on events such as mixers. I would like to be present to hear and discuss the concerns of members actively and to be an active voice of the organization. Lastly, I really want to expand HU Rotaract's presence on campus and promote various community service and professional development events with the focus on environmental sustainability. So I know that recently environmental sustainability has been added as a 7th area of focus for Rotary International. And so I really wanted to highlight that this semester. And one of the things that I'm doing is partnering with another org that works towards a common goal, Howard University Water and Environmental Association. I think that it would be a great idea to collaborate with them on a service event this upcoming November. We haven't decided what exact day we want to do it, but we're thinking around that time. And this would be a great way for us to get more attention on campus as well as increase membership. And Jerius?
Hey, good evening, everybody. So my name is Jerius Garner. I'm a senior biology major, chemistry and political science double minor from Atlanta, Georgia. I was inducted into Rotaract actually last December, so I'm excited to be here. And some of my goals this year for HU Rotaract is to increase the number of events that are in collaboration with other service and health organizations on Howard University's campus. Such organizations that we have on our campus like GlobeMed, Health Professional Society, things along that line. To create service events that are focused on educating children on mental health and bringing awareness to multiple topics within the subject. And so with that little point right there, the first event that I actually wanted to hold was going to Howard Middle School, which actually sits on our campus, and going to have discussions with some of the middle schoolers. I used to do that my sophomore year when I was a mentor for them. And so I feel like that would be a great opportunity for HU Rotaract to be able to really expand and teach children about mental health. And then the last goal that I have really is just to increase Rotaract's social media presence on Instagram, especially at our school. The more social media presence, the more presence we have on campus, the more people want to join, the more people want to get involved with Rotaract and learn more just about Rotary in general. And so, yeah, these are my 3 main goals for this year.
So a few of our e-board members are not present, so I will just fill in for them. Charisma Forbes is our PR chair this year. She's a senior health education major from Atlanta. Her main goals would be to increase awareness of initiatives for Rotaract and overall presence on campus, to further engage with Howard University campus and surrounding DC community, and lastly, to establish and nurture relationships with other chapters through our social media presence. Jonathan?
Thank you, Rainey. I'm Jonathan, senior manager from Atlanta as the treasurer this year. So some of my big goals are, well, it's managed well, that everyone's going to and make everybody healthy, increase our membership. So hopefully putting on some good events that'll draw people in and get them. So definitely budget, connection to local DC area. So one thing that, the main assistant treasurer do a partnership with the Green Garden.
Hey, Jonathan, I think you broke up a little bit. Do you think you can repeat it just one more time?
Sure. Sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe you can turn off your camera while you talk and
Yeah.
that can be more clearly.
Okay, gotcha. How about that? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, sorry, missed my whole spiel. I'll start over. Hi guys, I'm Jonathan Rona. I'm a senior chemical engineering major from Atlanta, Georgia. So, and I'll be serving this year as the treasurer of the Howard Rotaract Club. So some of my goals here, number one, as treasurer, make sure the budget is balanced. So making sure that all of our money is used appropriately, and that we're hopefully putting on some good programs to help get people interested in a lot of the stuff that Howard Rotaract and the Dupont Rotary Club has going on. And making sure that all of our members are happy and healthy, hopefully even having some nice bonding events going on. Yeah. And secondarily, to improve our connection to the local DC area. So one thing that I really want to do was a partnership with the Halo Green Garden, which is this garden that is behind Towers, I think that'd be Towers West on Howard's campus. And I've been in contact with some of the people that help to run that. And one thing that we're really working on right now is trying to build a greenhouse. So we're trying to figure out like how we actually want to go about building that, and funding and having the proper tools and people to actually help build it and stuff like that. So that's a big thing that I'm trying to work on. So that's probably going to be like my big initiative for either the semester or the upcoming year, depending on how long it ends up taking. And yeah, and just to get students engaged to form the next cohort of Rotaract members. Thank you.
Our assistant treasurer is Brandon Abraham. He's a senior civic and environmental engineering major from Columbia, Maryland. And he's just going to work along with Jonathan to accomplish the goals for this year that was basically set forth previously. Our secretary is Naran. She is a senior chemical engineering major from Detroit, Michigan. Her main goals for this upcoming year would be to ensure records of all meetings are kept and action items are up to date. So she'll be conducting meeting minutes. She's going to work to upkeep the relationship between the e-board and the general body. And lastly, she's going to maintain organization within the e-board so that all communication is consistent. Our international service chair is Nathan Spencer. He's a senior mechanical engineering major from Houston, Texas. He plans to hold at least one service project per semester. He wants to establish a greater connection with an international chapter in Rotary International. And he hopes to expand our service projects to incorporate more people and have bigger impacts. And he will be working along with Riziki to come up with some international service events. So our community service chair is Riziki Covington. She's a senior sports medicine major from Chicago. She wants to work to increase student engagement with local community through service projects. She wants to facilitate at least 2 or more service events before the end of the semester. And she wants to establish connections with local organizations to partner with for recurring service projects in the future. And so here are some things that we could, you guys could help assist us in, specifically our international service events. Our international service chair, Nathan Spencer, he plans on getting in contact with you guys by the end of the week because he would like a little bit of assistance putting together some international service events for the semester. So that would be great if you guys had any ideas or any ideas of who we could partner with within the area or just along with other chapters in the organization. Another thing that you guys could possibly help us with is connecting us with presenters to learn more about equity within Rotary and youth clubs, as well as speakers for our events. whether that be professional development events or networking in Rotary events. And here is our social media handles as well as our email, if you guys would like to get in contact with us. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Rainey. That's exciting that you guys are interested to do an international service project. It just piqued my interest right away that you even have a designated chair for that. That's marvelous. That's certainly something our club has been talking about, but we hadn't really pegged down an idea ourselves yet. So there's possible cooperation there because we're still in the thinking stages of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have any questions? I'm still in awe of the majors, as Mandio was saying. Engineering and chased me off quite quickly. I see there's one hand up here. Sorry, just speak up, whoever's got their hand up. I see an icon, but I'm not able to find it.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh, I didn't raise a hand. I was just clapping my hands virtually, of course.
Okay, well, I have a question. I'm wondering how many of you are currently in the DC area and how many of you are tuning in from another spot?
I'm currently in DC right now.
Yes, and I'm in the Maryland area right now.
I am in Virginia, North Virginia.
Yeah, I'm in DC.
So is there any way to figure out how many Rotaractors are in the area? I think April might be getting at trying to figure out if we can do something in person or not with you guys. So can we figure out how many members are local or abroad for the
all
semester?
of the members for Rotaract this year are here in DC, for sure.
Awesome. And great job.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rainey, if you want, you can stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question since I'll fill this space. So I know last year for your international service, you guys are super creative and you did like a Canva card making party and then so had someone print the cards and deliver them to the orphanage in Jamaica. Do you think you want to do something like that again internationally, or like what, like how large is the scope of what your vision is for your international service project?
I think that was a great idea that we did last semester, and I would love to continue something along that scale, but it's whatever we have the resources for at this point, and I will definitely communicate with our international service chair to see what type of vision he has for the organization, and he also plans on being in contact with you guys about that.
Thank you.
I know that Riziki is also looking to propose a fundraiser for an international program in, I think it's Africa, that her cousin is actually spearheading, and she's also a part of Rotary International. So when we get more information around that, then we can definitely share with you all about what that may look like.
Do you know what area?
No, actually, I forgot. April, I apologize for that. Any other questions?
Yeah, one of the
comments?
requests that you made was for professional development and networking opportunities. Can you tell us more about what you hope to gain from those activities?
I know that we had previous events with organizations like LinkedIn, where we had speakers come in and teach students about how to present themselves professionally. And so I think that would be a great event to have, especially for our incoming freshmen and people who are just now new to campus. It would be a great professional development event for them and a great way to meet other people and learn about networking.
Networking is a toughie. It's
Yes.
hard when you're starting off because you feel like you don't have a lot to offer and it's really difficult to put yourself out there. So even coming to events like our chili cook-off, you can have your 30-second speech and tell us all about you and what you're looking for. And I'll tell you right now, it's amazing. If you know what you want, you will get it, girl. Right? So you just put it out there and people like us will want to help pave the way for you. So as long as you get clear on what you want and you can articulate that, you bring that to everywhere you go.
Yeah, I think we had one of the charter members, Nazaire, came to our open house at WeWork, and I think Maya ended up hiring him for the summer, based on just him being at our open house that spring. And so I think like we've had past members sit on panels. I think Kristen, AK, Carson, Rick have all done like, I think Kristen and Rick did a Rotary scholarships panel, and I know Carson, AK, and I'm missing somebody, me, and there's somebody else. Oh, last year, Nicole did it too.
Nicole did it last year.
And Luke did it too. So like if there are any Rotarians that ever want to give career advice to the students, especially because we have so many seniors this year, I think that'll be welcome.
Yeah,
Just
and I
have
think
them
what we'll do
navigate.
also, yeah, thanks Mo for that. I think also what we'll do is revisit the database where we're able to, where we have persons major in areas of interest for career and see how we can match some of that across our club through some form of presentation to you all. Who knows, we may be able to do some flash networking.
If I may put Egonia on the spot as a alumnus and as somebody who's, I think, gone on to something post graduating undergrad, are you in graduate school? Have you found that Rotary networks paid off for you? Would you have any advice for your Rotaract colleagues while they're in their senior year? She may not know I'm picking on her. I'll tell her. I'll see if she's on chat, and then
I'll cover for her. So since graduating, Eugona moved up to the district level and became our district Rotaract rep. And then she did it for a year, took some time off, took her MCAT. I know she's working in a lab because I've also been a reference for her fancy full-time job somewhere. I don't know the positions, I'm horrible, but I do know that she has worked in the field, and because of our relationship, like she's used Rotary to leverage it professionally in the workforce.
That's awesome.
I'm not in lab anymore. I got a new job, Monique, like 5 months ago.
I remember. I said I didn't remember, but I know I just served as your reference. You're welcome for covering. Go ahead and tell them.
Where are you now?
Oh, I'm in a biotech company. But yeah, it's a small biotech company, kind of like biopharma. So I'm in a research associate position. It's kind of like doing, it's R&D, but more so doing like competitor research on like opposition pharma companies, things like that. So not lab work.
And do you have any advice for seniors and, Rotaractors who are seniors as far as how to position themselves or use Rotary effectively as they think about their careers? Now you have to turn on your mic.
Mike, yeah, muted.
Oh, sorry. I tried to turn on my video and I muted myself. Network, your advisors are going to become like good recommenders for you. Like Monique said, Monique started as my advisor, but she's become like my friend, and she also like writes me the best recommendation letters ever. Like she wrote me a recommendation letter and I had to send it to my mom, and my mom sent it to my grandma, and everybody was gushing about it because it was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. And so she's just going to keep writing them. and she invites me to everything. Like last Friday, her birthday's coming up and we went axe throwing together. But like, but don't just network to network. Rotary is like, honestly, Rotary is like a family. You meet good people that will advance your career, but you also meet friends. So make connections, make meaningful connections, because some people definitely come in here and they're like, well, this is going to be good for me. Like there are a lot of people at Howard. You'll meet a lot of people at Howard who just do things to like as resume boosters. There are a lot of people at Howard who just do things as resume boosters. This, for me, this wasn't a resume booster. Just like put your all into it. You'll make meaningful connections and you'll be able to rise to the top, both in Rotary and like in your professional area. And like when you go to clubs and you meet people, especially in some of the older clubs, you meet people who are like really advanced in your field. So if you try to like talk to people and network, you're going to get a lot of advice that will help you eventually, both in your career and in your personal life. So just network, meet new people, don't be shy. And also they're like Rotary scholarships that you can take advantage of. I know like the Dupont Circle Club is literally the scholarship club. So like you guys always talk about them. I'm not sure like these Rotaractors know about them, but they're also like scholarships that you can use as well, or you can get from Rotary. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
I just want to say I've never heard that reference story. So tell your mom and your grandma I said hello. I didn't even know that. So I'm glad Kristen put you in the hot seat. And I also want to transition the hot seat to Christina, who, if you guys have not known, graduated from Howard last year and is now the current district Rotaract chair. And just so y'all know, I brag on them a lot, but Howard was one of the thriving Rotaract clubs last year. We had a lot die last year, and Howard had not one, but 2 inductions, and they were double digit with their inductions. I want to say you guys got up to almost 19 new members, but Christina did such a good job on the club level. I invited her to be the district Rotaract rep. So she's now on the district committee, helping the other clubs revive and figure out how to do what she did there. But Christina did what Christina did, and she took over the committee. And so I think there's like 3 or 4 Howard alumni now on the district committee. It's the biggest we've ever had. And so Christina just joined. I would love for her to like say a few words, because we nurtured her from freshman year to senior year in the Dupont Rotary family. She's socializing though, I bet. Christina.
I only wish that we could have more in-person events established. What's it like around campus these days? Are classes ongoing, or how are things there? Can you guys tell us about that?
Yeah, class is for the most part, at least for mine, because being a science major, we have like our labs and all that stuff still in person and whatnot. So for me, I'm on campus every single day now, basically for a class in person. It's very weird coming from this whole virtual school year all year. But it's been really cool to be like back in person, learning with students again, learning with professors, and honestly being able to like just do the things that you were reading or the things that you were learning about actually in practice. So.
Yeah, actually same, because since the senior year, I have a 3-hour lab twice a week, and that would have been absolutely insane virtually. I don't know how they would have done it, like recorded videos of it or whatever, but it's definitely great to actually like put the practice to use and get to use the equipment and actually understand. So yeah, that's cool.
For me, I have about 2 classes in person, but the rest of my classes are virtual. But I mean, I love the social interaction twice a week that I get. It feels good to be back on campus, and yeah.
I'm glad. Well, it's such an important part. I mean, being around your colleagues is essential. That's who you're going to be learning the most from. I'm glad that you guys are energetic this year again. If there's nothing further to your presentation, maybe we'll just continue with some more news and our happy dollars.
Hey y'all, I'm just gonna jump in here and say hi. Sorry, Monique. I had like a district call before, so that's why I was late. But I want to say hi. I caught the tail end. Everything sounded great. Yeah, I guess as a small introduction, I was last year's past president for anyone that didn't know that for Howard, and I'm this year's district Rotaract representative for District 7620. So yeah.
I don't miss those meetings.
That's great, Christina. What are you working on at the district level?
Well, right now, a lot of clubs are having issues post-COVID, so it's getting them back on track, I guess, the way how Howard kind of did last year. And yeah, that's mainly the big focus right now, is trying to get all the clubs back on track. Outside of that, we want to really focus on like professional development, primarily from like a leadership standpoint, is what we've discussed as a committee. But you can't really do that until you have people to do that with. So that's their focus, is getting everyone on board, making sure that, you know, clubs are going to org fair, making sure that clubs are having events, things like that. So yeah, that's what I've been really focusing on the past few days.
That's great. And if there's time, President Luke, I just have one other question.
Yeah, absolutely, please.
One of the objectives that our HU Rotaract folks talked about was learning about equity. And I'm wondering if our HU Rotaract has been engaged with our DEI initiatives at the district level. Monique and Mandy, have you folded them into that or invited them to any of the DEI events?
Yeah, we had Dolores at their induction in the spring so they could meet her. And I actually forwarded her the invite. She's supposed to come tonight, but I definitely saw the equity piece on there, and we'll definitely continue to keep them looped into what's happening so they can be a part of the effort.
Yes, what she said.
Sorry, Mandy, bad habit, bad habit. This is me smacking my hand.
I appreciate it.
Well, we want to make sure that you guys feel welcome to join us anytime, just at our Tuesday fellowship meeting. And I hope that you're getting our invites. Further, Rainey and Vice President Jerius, feel free to join in with us, perhaps on a board meeting next week or even in November. I extended that offer through Mandy O, so she can get you the details on that as well, and my contact details if we're not already connected. The main thing is we want to make sure that you guys have the financial support and also the institutional support. So thank you very much for joining us. I love hearing from the Rotaractors as well. I regret that I was not a part of Rotaract in university. It seemed like an incredibly big missed opportunity. So wicked. Is there any final comments on that before we move into finalizing our notes and giving happy dollars?
Well, I want to reemphasize the Geetha's coming next week. She's also a former Rotaractor. And I was just thinking, if I were a Rotaractor, even as a member, it's sometimes hard to understand the district and what's going on there and what that means. And I think Christina is a great resource, but if you also want to know Rotaractors and members, what it means in the district. I mean, it means hundreds more people to network with. It means, being inspired by a much fuller picture of what Rotary is and does. It means seeing leaders who are, I think, amazing, and they're volunteer. They never, Geetha and people like that are giving a lot of their time, and it's all on a volunteer basis. So if you can make it to our meeting next week, great. I also just, as you're a Rotaractor, don't be afraid to participate on a district event, and think about the district as well as a resource for you. And that goes for club members too. And thank you so much, everybody, for presenting. You did. I just love hearing about you guys.
So I just want to say thank you to this club for always showing your support to the HU Rotaract Club. Greatly appreciated. We really appreciate the interest that you guys are taking into the HU Club, Rotaract Club. I am going to try to level up one this year by making sure that we are able to connect on some of the service projects that are identified at the club levels, and also make sure that our HU Rotaract Club is engaged in some of the things that they have identified at the district level to ensure one, diversity, equity, and inclusion is a part of my day-to-day background, but to help them foster that environment that we are seeing happening across our society today. As they've already shared, there are some things that they could do at the younger educational levels, and we want to make sure that we're able to give our community or servicing community the information that they may not have access to with regards to Rotary International, the high school clubs, and also the Rotaract Club Interact. Thank you. I'm just slipped in my mind and I was back. Yeah. But just making sure that we are getting the word out as we service those people that are in our communities. And I greatly appreciate the e-board for joining us tonight. We know that some of our members couldn't be here because of school and work, but the representation that was presented by all, I am so impressed by and cannot wait to really rock out this year. We had a great year last year and looking forward to the collaboration. So thank you all for joining us tonight.
Agreed. Thank you so much, Mandy. Wicked, and that is in order. Everyone come on screen so we get a shot here for our friends in the social media department. And I got one question for you, Rotaractors. Do you TikTok? Because we TikTok, the Rotary Club of Dupont Circle. So everyone smile, and we're getting a screenshot right now. Wicked. There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. That's very cool. If there's no further comments on that wonderful presentation, thank you very much, visitors and colleagues, Rotaractors joining us. We, at this point, usually tax each other by telling our wonderful news and offering up a small gratitude to our Happy Dollar pot, which goes to our efforts in supporting our initiatives around our community. Is there someone that would like to lead off the Happy Dollars? Or pensive dollars, perhaps, for some?
I'll start things off. I'll throw in $3 because this is the largest meeting I think we've had in a long time. So so great to meet all the Rotaractors, and this was an awesome meeting today.
And I'm going in adding 50 to his 3 just because I am feeling some kind of special right about now for our club and the efforts that we can lend to our Rotaract.
So I'll do 20 for every participant here in the meeting today. As it was pointed out, this is a nice number, a nice round number. And I'm excited to see everybody and love that so many of the Rotaractors were able to join us and share their passion and their and vision for us. I'll have to add on, I was trying to decide, should I pay more in penitent or more in Happy Dollars, but I'll double it. And my penitent dollars, as I said, is for not having responded to Catherine in her email. I won't say how long ago she emailed me, but the good news is I'm staying on afterwards, and she's interested in a scholarship. And as it was mentioned, we have scholarships through Rotary. So those of you who are Rotaractors or even other members, stay on too, and you'll learn something about scholarships from Rotary.
I'm going to throw in $20, $1 for everybody here. And I just want to say I was thrilled to see that part of your goals as Howard University Rotaractors is being in service, because that's the core of who we are and what we do as a club. And I just thank you for being here. I know you're all busy with your schooling and trying to figure out what you're going to do, how you're going to be in the world. And I'm just so glad. I hope that you can plug in with us. You know, we have opportunities for managing from the bottom up in our club. We would love to have you come participate on our board. And we have, you know, functions and tasks that we're doing as a club. And if we could fold in any of you, if you're interested in gaining that kind of experience, I personally would love to take on a Rotaractor to work with us through our club, and we can coach and mentor you and help you learn a little bit more about Rotary and how organizations are run and how we can turn our goals into actions. So I just want to challenge you to reach out. Cheers.
I'm gonna give $21.22 because I'm extra, but I'm gonna do $21.22 for a great school year for Rotaract. I am so excited about your presentation. I'm so proud of all of you and Mandy for just taking the reins and doing your thing. Y'all, they put me out, they handled it, and I'm like, oh my God. And so I'm super excited to see you guys flourishing and doing great things. And I'm excited for a great year. Still here to support as needed. I'm also going to use some of those happy bucks because it's Mo-Month, baby. And so I will be turning not 21 or 22 on Saturday, but I will be, if you add those numbers together, okay, I'm still under that. Yeah, so super excited for that. Super excited because I actually know Catherine. We just finished our leadership program together and I didn't register till I saw her picture. And so I'm excited to see you become a member of the Rotary family, whether as a scholar or and then later as a member, because once you're part of Rotary, you're Rotary for life. And then just another buck just for Manny for taking the role and doing a damn thing. All right, y'all. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, I have to throw a dollar in because it's not pensive dollars, it's penitive dollars, which shows how long it's been since I was in a church. But anyways, thank you. That was a crescendo of money that went towards our efforts. Come and talk to us at the board meeting next week to talk about how we divvy that up. You know, we have funds available, colleagues. We are looking for cooperative things that will last, that we can do in the future, where we'll build relationships and establish like goodwill amongst our fellow colleagues. So please come out next week, definitely for DG Geeta's talk. I'm really excited. She's a very impressive character and wonderful speaker. And she's going to give us that lowdown on how we can actually leverage the district dollars and where that can lead our club. Is there anyone else with the final happy dollars? Wicked. Well, I'm so glad. And either be short and good, but if you're not good, make sure you're short. That's what the #1 rule of public speaking is. So it's 4:58. As president, it's my prerogative to call this meeting to an end, unless there's someone else.
Four-way test.
Four-way test. So we like to put ourselves through this special kind of torture where we try to read it in unison. Mohammed, just so you know, there's 4 rules of Rotary that we try and operate through all of our activities and all of our lenses, and it's kind of our it's our creed. So of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth?
Is it
fair to
all concerned?
Will it
build
goodwill and better
friendships?
Will it be
Will it be
beneficial
beneficial
to all concerned?
Does it feature Howard Rotaract?
Yeah.
Woo!
Absolutely. So thank you very much, everyone. I call this meeting adjourned, and thank you so much for joining us.